Another snow day. Another day that we've missed the opportunity to see each other. But never fear, because you still have an assignment due. So watch the following video as a sample of the interview that you'll do with your assigned Native American tribe. I've already done an interview with the Cherokee tribe, so unfortunately you won't be able to choose that tribe. Have fun watching the video and refer back to the website for all of the instructions on your assignment.
The Cherokee Nation is actually a combination of several tribes who may have moved away from their mother tribe or who had a disagreement, and because the Cherokee people were a very friendly, welcoming people, they embraced all different types of tribes, which is why you'll see various shapes and colors of eyes and colors of hair. The Cherokee presided along the Tennessee River, and back as far as the 1500s, it is documented that the Spaniards had interactions. The British also interacted with them and would trade with them, and because of the Appalachian Mountains, and Cherokee lived in the valleys and different areas of the mountains, the British were the ones who actually called the Cherokee the Overhill Cherokee. From the Overhill Cherokee, as years progressed, the different bands that have formed have migrated into other states. Hence, we have the Eastern Band, which is in North Carolina, which is actually part of the old Overhill Cherokee that have resided over there. Cherokee were a spiritual people in that they embraced their spirituality in all areas of their lives. They also embraced Christianity in acknowledging the Creator and worshiping the Creator, not the creation. They did not practice sorcery or witchcraft or worship idols, nor did they worship the sun, moon, and stars. Their lifestyle was that of peacefulness and respect and caring for their own. Typically, to the Cherokee, each day is a day of Thanksgiving. Some Cherokee may embrace the traditional European holidays, others may not. The Cherokees had basically 7 ceremonies that they observed throughout the year. Today, because we don't live in villages that are within close proximity, we honor the spring planting corn ceremony and the fall harvest ceremony. The Cherokee typically wear what we would call regalia, such as what I have on, and it is to honor our ancestors and the life that they lived before us. But typically this is worn at a gathering. Back in the day before European influence, the natives would have worn whatever they could make out of hides from the animal skins. After European influence, they would actually trade their furs and hides for cottons and wools. This is called a possible bag, and it's actually a bag that would be made out of leather or could be made out of fabric, and it would house everything that you would need if you were going into the wilderness. It would be your utensils, your flint, your knives, that sort of thing. Then a medicine bag, which is typically can be smaller or larger, made out of beads or leather. It would house the things that were of spiritual importance to you. Their homes were actually called wigwams or aussies, and they were typically made with young sapling trees rounded into a dome, and then they would have the vines that would weave in and out, and they would put a mat across the top of it made from the birch bark, and maybe they would tie it down with some sort of roping or whatever. The long houses were actually much longer. They were about 200 feet long by 20 wide by 20 high, and that afforded the whole clan to live within this structure with some sort of a natural material that divided each segment for the children. And in many cases where there might have been, a larger family, they would have something similar to what we would have as bunk beds for sleeping, or they would just have mats made out of natural materials. The Cherokee tribe is basically kinship oriented, meaning that they include everybody into a very large family system. And then it's divided into clans, and each clan has their own responsibility in helping to provide what the tribe would need. There is a governmental structure, which you would have the chief's council, and then you would have a court council that may take care of all of the keeping the laws type of thing. And then each clan, there would be a tribal council that would also take care of the tribe as a whole, but there would be a representative from each clan. Not all white people treated the Cherokee ill. The Cherokee did try to work with Europeans. In fact, they fought with the British in the French and Indian War. But over time, no matter what the Cherokee did to try to assimilate and fit into what the Europeans were wanting, relationships began to fall apart, and the U.S. government has tried for many years to destroy the Native American culture. They've removed the buffalo in hopes that if there was no food provision for the Native Americans, they would assimilate more quickly. Then they removed the children and placed them in boarding schools and punished them severely for any form of resemblance of their native culture. And then they took their homelands, and they were forced to march in severe, poor conditions, and which ended up was called the Trail of Tears. And because of these atrocities, we've seen a loss of culture over the years, and the abuse that has the Native Americans have endured has caused many to turn to alcoholism or drug abuse or suicide, and that we hope with the Wellbriety movement that that will begin to change in the future.